Hi, I wanted to give you a quick tour regarding what the finished product will look like for your CDA professional portfolio, as well as going through all of the steps that are going to be required for you to earn your CDA credential. I'm going to start here on the CDA Council website. This is a website that you should already be familiar with because you had to go here to purchase your book. As a reminder, if you are seeking a preschool CDA credential, that means you are working in a center with preschoolers, and the book that you should have received is or ordered is the green one that says preschool on that. If you are working in a center and you are working with infants or toddlers, the CDA that you are seeking is the infant toddler CDA, and it's a yellow book and it looks like this. And finally, if you are a family child care provider working with multiple ages of children, you would purchase the book that says Family Child Care. Now, all of these are very similar, but some of the specific items that you have to put in your professional portfolio are different regarding the setting that you are in. So you would have already ordered that from the CDA Council website, which is right here. Now I'm going to take you to the steps to obtaining your CDA credential. And so at the beginning here, you notice here are the requirements. You have to purchase the Competency Standards book. That's what this book is. And currently you are enrolled in the CDA 1 class, and that is the beginning of your 120 hours of professional education. You will have proven that with either a college transcript from the University of Cincinnati, or you will prove that with a certificate where I will sign a verification letter saying that you have earned over the 120 hours of professional education. In addition, you should be working on getting 480 hours of professional experience working with young children. If you have not completed the 480 hours, you can continue to work on that as you are taking these classes. Any of the time that you have working with young children will count towards this. You will be creating your professional portfolio throughout this course. Each week that there is something due that needs to go in the professional portfolio, we will indicate that on the weekly calendar as well as highlight it in the weekly announcements. Sometimes the items that go in the professional portfolio will be for a grade. Other times they are just something that we are asking that you gather together and put in your professional portfolio. And then there are family questionnaires that have to be completed, and that will be completed during the second part of your CDA, the CDA 2 class next semester. And more explanation will be given about that. Then once you have completed all of that, you then can apply for your application to the CDA Council. I highly recommend that you will use the online application as it is much quicker, but everything that you need for the application process is in your CDA book. The application is in here, and I don't recommend taking that out right now. You will need to save that so that you have that at the end of your CDA coursework. You can apply anytime. There's not a certain time of year that you have to apply by. It's a rolling application. During that time, you'll have to identify a CDA professional development specialist, and I will demonstrate how to do that in a minute. Up until September 1st, there was a $325 assessment fee. After September 1st, it is an assessment fee of $425. Many states offer scholarships to pay a large portion of this assessment fee, and you would apply separately for those scholarships. Please email your instructor or myself if you have questions about where to get information about the assessment fee scholarship, depending on what state you live in. Then the council will review your application that you submit to them, and then you will get an email that will have you schedule a time for your CDA professional development specialist to come and do your observation within 6 months. Then the verification visit happens. During that time, the professional development specialist will review your entire portfolio and do a 2-hour observation at your site with the children that you have indicated that you are earning the CDA credential for. And then you will have about a 1-hour reflective dialogue meeting about your portfolio, about your observation with children and your ongoing professional development plan for yourself. Then separately, after that verification visit, you will have to schedule a test to be taken at a Pearson testing center. And there are links on the CDA Council website for a local Pearson testing site. These are all over the nation and hopefully plentiful enough for you to find one close by to where you live or work. Both of these things need to be completed in any sequence, but it has to be within a 6-month deadline. So once you send in that application, the verification visit and the Pearson testing site have to happen within 6 months. Then your scores will be calculated and you will then get a decision from the CDA Council. Now at this time, I want to go back out and show you right here, you would click on CDA PD Specialist. There's a link here that says you will find a professional development specialist. At this time, you would put in your zip code and up will pop a list of all of the professional development specialists in your area, and then you choose one of the names from the list. And obviously there can't be a conflict of interest, but you can choose anyone on the list, and then you will schedule a time for them to come out and schedule your visit. So it's not something that that's included in your fee, that the CDA Council provides a professional development specialist for you to do your assessment. And then going back here, there is I'll demonstrate later how to find a testing location for the Pearson testing location. At this time, I would like to show you a sample of a CDA professional portfolio, and I'm going to just briefly walk you through all of the parts of it. And again, I said most of this will be completed in your CDA coursework, either through your homework or through other assignments that are not graded. So I suggest you get a binder. It doesn't have to be fancy. This is not something that you have to scrapbook, although you can embellish it if you'd like. I just used a binder. I think this is a 3-inch binder. And this is something that you will organize and collect all of your resources in. So I suggest you purchase this right away so you can start building your binder. You will also have to purchase some tabs in here, as you will see in a little while. Let me step back for a minute. All of the instructions for putting together the portfolio are found in your CDA book that you're getting from the council. This is also something that has been copied into week 1 of the CDA course that you're in. In the book, you have, there is a list of everything that must be completed. It's actually towards the back of the book. This becomes a table of contents. It's called My CDA Professional Portfolio. And this is the organization of how you need to put your binder together, starting with the My CDA Professional Portfolio, this cover sheet. Do not rip it out right now. Wait until the very end. You certainly can make a copy of this and use it as a working document as you're building your portfolio, as a checklist. You will put in there a summary of your CDA education, which is going to be your college transcript or my letter of verification after you're done with this coursework. Then the family questionnaires will go in here under tab B. And then tab C is where you start to build your competency statements as well as your resources, which I will demonstrate for you right now. So you have this in your book. So back to my binder. As I said in the beginning, here is the checklist of everything that is in here. And you can see I have tabs out to the side. Tab A was the summary of the education with the transcripts or the verification letter. Tab B is the family questionnaires. And tab C is where we start with your competency goal statements. This is one of the assignments that you will be writing. A competency goal statement is your way of using the information that you are learning in this course to write a 500 word or less statement of how you personally can demonstrate that you are competent in that area. This first one, and I'm not going to read all of them, is to establish a safe and healthy learning environment. You will write this one after we feel like you have had sufficient content to be able to write this. Following that, there are certain resources, and I suggest you label them at the end. Resource collection 1-1, this it itemizes it in your book. You need to have a current CPR card. Here's another resource. You have to have a weekly menu. And the third resource that goes along with that first competency statement has to do with writing a monthly, or I'm sorry, a weekly plan for activities for your learning environment. Then tab D, you have competency goal 2, followed by your resources beyond that. And there are 9 after that one. Tab E is competency goal 3, and then followed by the resources. This one is actually a bibliography of children's books. Tab F is competency goal statement 4, followed by family information about family counseling, translation services for people that do not have English as their first language, and then resources of articles and things that can help with disabilities and other websites that are helpful. I suggest you put the actual copies of articles in here. If you've noticed, I'm using plastic sleeves. That helps organize and helps the pages turn easily. Something that's this many pages, I would not put in a sleeve. Then tab G is competency goal statement 5. Again, this needs to be less than 500 words. That these competency goal statements are things that you will turn in for grades throughout both semesters. Then you have to have some samples of forms that you use to demonstrate how you run a well-planned program and observation tool. And then tab H is your last competency goal statement, number 6, followed by the final resources that go in there. And at the very end of your book, you will see tab I is your CDA professional philosophy statement. This is something you will do at the very end of the second course of CDA. And this will be your kind of capstone paper. After that, you will spend time working on a professional development plan with your PD specialist that comes and does your observation so that you can have ongoing professional development so that you can guarantee that you will stay current in the field. Hopefully this very, very brief overview will let you know what your completed product will be, as well as the resources that can help you figure out a plan for how you are going to obtain your credential with the CDA Council. There will be other updates throughout your semesters that will refer you to all of these documents and help you through this. But as always, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact your instructor or contact me, Kathleen Bryan. I am the coordinator for the CDA program at the University of Cincinnati. Again, I wish you much luck with this, much success. I hope you enjoy the process and learning how to just advance yourself professionally for what I think is the best job in the whole world, working with young children.